Good morning and welcome back to the morning commute with Hopi living in the city. It is a beautiful Monday morning. It is already 92 degrees out there. And I am headed into the office. I got me a cup of kapi, a Long John that we picked up yesterday from Sesame Donuts in Tempe on Mill and Southern. So I'm gonna try those today. And then I got me some Coke Zero along with some water that I'm gonna put in the fridge when I get into the office. I didn't get any breakfast because my plan is to visit the vendors there, small business vendors in Central Phoenix, and see what kind of breakfast burritos or muffins or biscuits they may have. So yeah, yesterday was a pretty eventful day. We had a battery change on this, and my son also was working on his Escape. There was a linkage plastic that was around the shifter that was worn out. So he bought one at AutoZone. It was like, I think it was under $20. He replaced it and he was good to go because it wasn't, I think it was unable to go into gear, I think. And he was up there on Mill and Southern. But he has a full tool set in his vehicle, thank goodness. And Kwekwe to Antonio Sierra, thanks for providing that beautiful, useful, brilliant tool set for my son. It really came in handy. Can't thank you enough. And so that's what went on, and then we had a barbecue last night. And Mrs. marinated some beef that she got from Sam's Club, and then we had some marinated chicken. I think we picked it up at, I want to say Winco, along with some ribs and some brats. We had the brats in the freezer for a while, and so we finally just took them out in the morning. Man, look at that beautiful sunrise. Kwekwe, kwekwe. Oh my kwekwe. That looks so nice. We didn't get any rain. We got a little bit of it maybe last night, overnight, because you can see this morning there's some dust spots on the hood. I had to clean the windshield. But yeah, that sunrise is amazing. The colors are so nice. Looks like there's some rain over there too, on the south side of Four Peaks. That would look nice in a drawing with some cachinas in there, like with the background being the Four Peaks and the rain and the sunset or sunrise. So let's see what we got on the freeways today. I don't know if you guys were able to catch Navajo Urban Deschini's video. I think it was released yesterday, but he took a nice detour to the Tisto area, and he was able to show where Martin lives, where Martin comes from. Martin Yazzie, you guys remember his videos? He hasn't had any that I've seen in about a year. I think the last one was Winter Rock Fair back to school fall fair. I think that's the last video I've seen of his. But yeah, it was nice to see him. He's got some funny videos. And then that's where the family is also where T-Stove Vlogs, the firefighter, comes from, and Navajo Man, they're all from there. It's a hot spot for native vloggers, I guess. But yeah, check it out. He has some good words in there too, where he's just talking all in Navajo. It's good. I wish we had some Hopi ones like that, and we could practice the language. I'm trying a different setup on the camera, so if it's kind of at a weird angle, I apologize. The missus was telling me to try to configure it a little different so I can maintain use of the rear view mirror and also not damage it or cause those buttons to be pushed. Remember in some of my videos that when I'm adjusting the camera, it'll trigger, or if I go over a bump, it'll trigger that OnStar request. So I'm trying this out. I just have it adjusted so it doesn't sway so much. And I got a half tank of gas right now. And I got me a Long John donut and a cup of Starbucks. No sugar, no sweeteners, no creamer, just plain old coffee. Cafe. What's on the radio today?
Surge along the coast and up to 18 inches of rain, which will cause catastrophic river flooding.
Now, how has the state been preparing ahead of the storm?
You know, DeSantis mobilized the Florida National Guard and the State Guard along with equipment for rescue and recovery efforts. Things like high water vehicles, boats, rescue aircraft, and swift water rescue teams. Also staging supplies like bottled water, tarps, sandbags, everything in place. More than 15 counties have ordered evacuations and shelters are open. Also, several assisted living and nursing homes have evacuated.
And where's the storm headed next?
You know, Debbie is forecast to move slowly inland, where the picture of exactly where it will go isn't so clear. What forecasters do say is that Georgia and the Carolinas will get doused. Here's National Hurricane Center Director Michael Brennan.
We could see the system stall. We could see a looping motion. So while the track forecast in the details is uncertain here, we are very confident we're going to have a slow-moving system that's going to result in multiple days of very, very heavy rainfall.
Now, he's saying some places could get up to 30 inches of rain. That is potentially historic levels, again producing catastrophic river flooding that could last for weeks.
NPR's Debbie Elliott. Thank you, Debbie.
Thank you.
Some days at the Summer Olympics, there is amazing sport. Some days athletes make history. Yesterday was a day for both.
In Paris, American Noah Lyles won gold in the 100-meter sprint by 5/1000ths of a second. Also, U.S. swimmers grabbed 2 gold medals and shattered 2 world records in the pool.
NPR's Brian Mann is in Paris. Brian, Noah Lyles, now Olympic champion, but he needed to make up some ground late and fast.
Yeah, Lyles was slow off the blocks, and he trailed everybody for almost half the race in this 100-meter final. Then he poured on that amazing speed. He bumped out his chest and by just the narrowest fraction got ahead of Jamaica's Kashane Thompson. Here's Lyles speaking after the race.
Everybody in the field, to be honest, came out knowing that they could win this race.
Now for a limited time, get 1.99% APR for 60 months on the Hyundai Tucson or Elantra. Hurry into the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Offers end September 3rd. Call 562-314-4603 for details.
will treat your pest.
Our technicians might not be the next boy band, but when it comes to pests, they can make sure your bugs go bye bye bye. Nate here, owner of Blue Sky Pest Control. If you're looking for a perfectly choreographed pest control service with results that will make you cheer, call 602 Blue Sky.
We will treat your pest.
Yep, we need to stick with pest control. Hello, Blue Sky. Goodbye, pest.
I'm Jeff Jr. with Trajan Wealth, debunking 3 myths about fiduciaries. And you're going to be surprised about myth number 3. Myth number 1. Fiduciaries are too expensive. Not at Trajan Wealth. Our interests are aligned with yours, so we don't need to push costly investments. The more you make, the more we make. It's that simple. Myth number 2, they will only want to sell me something. Absolutely not. At Trajan Wealth, we have hearts of teachers, and it's our goal to educate and empower, not sell. And the biggest myth, myth number 3, fiduciaries are only for the wealthy. Not at Trajan Wealth. Whether you have 50 grand or 50 million, we know it was hard-earned and we'll treat it as such. Let's grow together. So, here's your opportunity for a 100% complimentary professional Q&A. Call Trajan today at 480-990-3300. That's 480-990-3300.
Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
At the UPS store, we get it. Being a small biz owner requires grit and hustle, but you don't have to do it alone. We've got your back. You put your heart and soul into your biz, we put ours into packing and shipping. While you're keeping track of your custom-made orders, our mailboxes are keeping your packages safe. Because we're here to help you be unstoppable with shredding, printing, notary, and more. Most locations are independently owned. Product, services, pricing, and hours of operation may vary. See Center for details. The UPS store. Be unstoppable. Come into your local store today.
Hi, Chris Miller. Local cities are cracking down on homelessness. Sadly, they don't have any plans for what to do after they clear encampments. The new homeless problem. Today on the Chris and Joe Show, right after Ramsey at 2.
At 5:41, I'm Jamie West along with Jim Sharp, and this is Arizona's Morning News. From the Collins Comfort Masters Business Center, after 17 years in the Valley, Phoenix City Grill has a new owner. The restaurant at 16th Street in Bethany Home is now under control of Dennis Shaw, who owns other Valley restaurants, and Micah Weislick, the restaurant's executive chef.
On Wall Street right now, cover your ears, Dow futures are down more than 1,000 points, 1,061 as a matter of fact right now. S&P's down 210. The NASDAQ has lost more than 1,000 points. It's down 1,017 points in pre-market trading. For more money news, visit the Collins Comfort Masters Business Center at KTAR.com.
KTAR News Flash.
This is what you need to know right now. We should know tomorrow or by tomorrow whether Kamala Harris will name Arizona's U.S. Senator Mark Kelly as her running mate on the Democratic presidential ticket. She's expected to appear with her pick at a rally in Philadelphia.
A bad July unemployment report showing only 114,000 jobs added. Sent stocks tumbling on Friday. A Valley economist says if the August report is bad too,
you get close to 100,000. You're just around the corner from a potential recession.
He's joining us next.
She has now become Hurricane Debbie and is posing major flood threat to the southeastern U.S. States of emergency have been declared in Florida, Georgia, and South Carolina. All of our top stories are just 15 minutes away. For more news, go to KTAR.com or the KTAR News app.
Here's John Roller with a live update from the Valley Chevy Dealers Traffic Center.
All right, Jim, we are starting to see some slowing build over in the West Valley. Southbound Loop 101, the Alma Freeway, right at the transition to the eastbound I-10. That's because up ahead on the eastbound I-10, we've had a car fire. It was pretty significant about 20 minutes ago. It was kicking up a lot of smoke. It is blocking the right lanes. Just saw a tow truck pull away from there, and this looks to be in the clearing stages, but it's going to be hanging around for a little while. And damage done already, slowing starting at about 107th Avenue coming in from the West Valley, and again slowing southbound 101 the Agua Fria as you make the transition. Have a crash southbound 101 at Thomas at the off-ramp there, the 101 Agua Fria. That is in the clearing stages as well. And another car fire up in Surprise, Bell Road just east of El Mirage. John Roller, KTAR News.
We are looking for mostly sunny skies, but still a 20% chance for rain today and a high of 114. 30% chance tomorrow and Wednesday. High tomorrow of 111. Right now in El Mirage, it is 90 degrees, and weather's brought to you by Howard Air. Weather replace or repair, call Howard Air.
lame. That's likely the best way to describe Friday's U.S. jobs report and what it's done to my 401k, which showed a meager 114,000 jobs added to the nation's economy in July, way lower than expected.
And joining us is Valley economist Jim Rounds of Rounds Consulting on what this means for Arizona's economy. But first, Jim, can you give us the macro look? Is the U.S. economy heading for a recession?
It doesn't look like we're heading for a recession just yet. You get these initial signals, and you don't want to put too much weight on it, but they are still signals. And so it was a really, really bad jobs report. Anything close to 100,000 is something that I really worry about. But going into the next month, if we do the same thing again,